Have you ever wondered how powerful YouTube really is at making money? Well, today we are actually on the very exclusive and hard to access World Islands. And in this video today, I'm going to be showing a real estate company out here in Dubai how to make the best YouTube videos that's going to blow their competition out of the water. So this is mental. This is one of the World Islands. I mean, you've got a helipad on here, you've got a football pitch. Some of these houses are crazy. The guys are getting some epic shots there. Very nice. What's really cool is like, we've got behind the scenes access, right? Like they're literally still building it over there. I mean, it's still under construction. And like, look, I've got to be honest, like Dubai is not really my vibe, if I'm honest. But you have to respect what they're doing here. I mean, it is mental. Thank you. So one of the most important things when it comes to YouTube is the packaging. And by packaging, I mean the headline and the thumbnail. But before that comes the idea for the video. And for this house tour with these guys, we've come up with two video ideas. The first one is what £15 million gets you in Dubai. The second one is we viewed 3 investment properties in Dubai with wildly different prices. So one of the ways or easiest ways to really hedge your chances of being successful with a YouTube video is to simply replicate what's already had success. So we know from doing research about the market and the competition, similar videos performed well. So we know that if we do our own spin on that, we're much more likely to have success and put in the right kind of audience these guys want. But we are just leaving the house now. What we did just there was just get a bit of a breakup shot, just added a little bit of sense in urgency and scarcity for potential investors. And then on that ledge there, we did another call to action. Now, I can't stress this enough. You need to add call to actions in your video. In fact, what we did was we actually got 2 call to actions whilst we were there, one to get a lead magnet and one straight to book a call. We've now just got to a really popular destination in Dubai. This is West Beach, and this place is really cool. Let me show you it. Got some really lovely hotels here right along the beach. Actually, when I first came here, I spent a week at the Hilton over there. It is banging, and this view is awesome. So one of the things we really wanted to do was like mix up the different locations, and also because they are essentially a location-based business, we want to point to and reference some of the specific areas they're talking about in their videos and in their ads. And another thing that I really like to think about is that this is hard work. It's hot. It's like 40 degrees Celsius. It is brutal out here. But the other companies aren't going to be doing this. And the ability to suffer, the ability to work hard, that is the competitive advantage. To be willing to do what other people's won't, that means that you can have the success that they can't. So they've actually invited me to go with them to speak to one of the agents or one of the biggest developers in the whole of Dubai. And some of the properties that they're going to be selling here go all the way up to 350 million AED, which is crazy. But this is really going to help me get a little bit of a better understanding about the nature of their business, the nature of their clientele, so I can advise them on their content strategy. What I've advised Chris to do there is basically just to record a small shot to break up the B-roll. So what they usually do is they come in here, they record a load of B-roll and talk over it. We really want to break that shot up a little bit. Remember, making videos can feel really unnatural. It's really hard at first, but he's got he's powering through. So we wanted to try and think of a shot that we could do, which is going to sort of bring people on the journey of the meeting here today, as well as sort of lead into the next section and build excitement for what we're going to show. So what I advised Chris to do was to hold the camera like this, walk with depth and background behind him, and to say this. So we just finished the meeting with the developers at EMAR, and there are several key projects which are going to completely transform the Dubai investment landscape over the next 4 years. And let me show you one of those right now. And then he's going to come and show this, right? Okay, I fumbled a little bit, but that's what we came up with. Sort of add, bring people along the journey and build excitement for the next section and just break up these bits of B-roll. So Chris is just recording behind me right now. And what I've asked him to do is record a few transitions. So what I mean by this is a video is generally broken up into different stages or different sections of the video. But what you really want to focus on is the transition in and the transition out of that video. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is you want to transition in to meeting the developers like Chris just did, and then you want to transition out of the meeting with developers and loop people in to keep them watching the next part of the video. What the guys were doing before is they were just going to a developer, just recording a ton of B-roll, and they were going to add some voiceover later. But I really wanted to stress the importance of leading in and leading out of each of these sections. So let me give you an exact example of what I asked them to make, and you can see how effective this would be at leading people in and out of this meeting. So here's what I asked them to say. We're about to go and see the single biggest developer in the whole of Dubai. And they promised to tell us about 3 extremely exciting projects nobody knows about, and I'm going to share that with you right now. And so you can see how that naturally leads in to them meeting the developers and makes me want to keep watching the video. So then we had to lead into the next section of the video, meeting the next developer. So here's what I asked them to record next. It was, well, so we just found out about some extremely exciting investment opportunities, ranged all the way from 4 million to 500 million dirham. But if 500 million dirham is slightly out of your budget, we're going to go meet another developer now that might be a little bit more within your price range. And then that was how we looped into the next video. So what Chris is doing here is, whilst the Burj is over here, I've advised to really try and stock up on some assets. And by assets, I mean pieces of video that can be reused again and again in lots of different videos, like a call to action. So what he's doing now, he's recording a call to action to put into his videos to encourage investors to find out more and get in contact with their company. Now, this is great because he can record here with the Burj in the background, and this can go in so many future videos and keep working for them and the company for months and years to come. Yeah, so what we're going to do now is we want to create like a viewing loop. So we're going to, at the end of the video, recommend people watch the next video that's recommended on the screen, just to keep that buyer journey going on. So what we're trying to do is get Chris in the frame properly, just so it looks nice. So if you come a little bit closer to me, mate, a little bit closer, perfect, just there, perfect. Maybe just back a foot. And then what you're doing, you're taking up a nice bit in the frame, but the bite islands in the left, looking good. We've been sabotaged by the plane overhead, ruining the audio. That is mental. There is a monkey playing with a dog on the beach. There is a pet monkey. What is happening? So the guys have just come to the hotel that I'm staying at here in Dubai. We've got a lovely backdrop here, so we're just going to record a few intros for some of their videos. And we're actually going to go to Abu Dhabi now to smash out a little bit more content. Currently just framing up a shot here.
YouTube really is one of the most powerful content platforms
to build a deep relationship and trust with a prospect. Now, for this particular client, their customers might be investing anything from $250,000 to maybe even $10 to $15 million. So I cannot overstate the importance of building a deep, trusting relationship with these prospects. And the single best content platform to do that is YouTube.